DORK COURT, live and direct, 3 o'clock Pacific time. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Nobody's here but me and my polar seltzer, Ruby Red Grapefruit. Now, everybody likes polar. They like, I don't know, Liquid Death. That's what I usually drink, but this is from Worcester, Mass. Which long time watchers and listeners and followers of our shenanigans know that that's where I went to college. Anybody famous from Worcester? I think we can rule out Eminem. He's clearly from Detroit. But pretty much anybody else could be from Worcester. I know that the famous actress and now piano player, lounge singer Alyssa Witt is from Worcester. I don't know. Some of the new girl cast members feel like they could be from Worcester. I don't know. Do you guys know where Worcester is? Second largest city in all of New England after Boston. Boston. This Thanksgiving turkey trot, Walker and Mimi ran up at Sea Ranch where her dad lives. The guy running it is we went up to go get their I don't know, their little aprons. I'm sure there's a real official number for marathon runners and fun runners where they get those little bibs they wear. I guess that's it, right? Bibs with the numbers. Anyway, we get to go to get the bibs and check out. And I'm wearing this hat. He goes, "Oh, is that Fenway, like in Boston?" And because I'm an evolved human being now and not like Larry 20 years ago on the internet, I didn't go, "The fuck do you think? How many fucking Fenways do you know?" But I didn't. I said, "Hey, man, yeah." He goes, "Oh, are you from Boston? Are you a Boston fan?" I'm like, "Isn't everybody a Boston fan?" He goes, "I'm a Yankees fan." And I went, "Oh, cool." Because that's really all I have to say about that. All right, Chris Sagasag is here. Boston. It's true, Boston. In fact, dude, I've been thinking about this for 3 weeks. Chris Sagasag, almost every day. I have 2 closets where all my cool ass jackets are, but this is the kind of weather where it's one specific closet where I have the lighter jackets, and so I have my Exeter, but Enterprise era Exeter jacket like the ones you and Shaneman made. I know John Price has one. I think that's the 4 of us, right? Somebody else might have one that made one. I don't know. I can't think right now. But he's the Columbia. You're like the Pepsi or something. I'm the Exeter. I don't know what John is. Anyway, I was thinking I have to go down and get lunch with you, and just arrange it with you that Oh, here, Mark's trying to get in. I hope he makes it. But I should arrange it with you so you have your jacket with you, and we could go over to the Yerba Buena things and take pictures because it just looks like Deneva there. Maybe I got to get one of them flying pancake things first. Oh yeah, the Excalibur, of course. How did I not remember that?
There we go.
Mark Espinoza.
Hello. Who are you talking to?
I can hear you, but I cannot see you. I was talking to Chris Sagasag.
Huh. I can see me.
You can see you? I can't see you. Well, if you can see you, that's cool.
Can Sagasag see me?
I don't know. Chris, can you tell us if you can see Mark? If it means anything, there's a black screen. Ah, there you are. You popped in.
Weird.
Did you do anything? Because that's weird.
No, just waiting.
All right, just took a minute. Anyway, good to see you, man.
Hello.
Hello. I kind of like doing this on Friday. Oh, look.
Yeah.
This is DORK COURT in a nutshell. No pick with Mark. Oh, there he is.
Oh, that sums it up.
I love your mustache. It's great. Walker's got one going now too.
It's back. He had a beard. He had a mustache. It all went away and then came back.
Yes, he just got a haircut too. So he shaved but left his mustache for today. It's like, I forget what it's called. It's like Pride Day. It's not Pride Day because that's a specific thing now, but it's like school pride where you have a rally and everything. Everybody wears the school colors. I forget what that's called.
Like the beginning of Greece.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care when I was in high school, so I didn't ever have that information, much less retain it. But
what sport is he playing now? Like, is he there representing one of his teams, one of his events?
That's just a school-wide thing. I don't know. I'll ask him when he comes home. He's actually on his way. But the funny thing is that he's going to film school. Their colors are the same as Lowell's colors, like a scarlet and a white. So you're supposed to Spirit Week. Thank you. I should have asked the alumni of Lowell to get exactly what they call it for at Lowell. But yeah, they're doing Spirit Week, and so today their thing is you just have to wear school colors. So because he's my kid and a jackass, he's wearing the school colors of Chapman University. And so if anybody says anything, it's like, hey man, it's the only thing I have.
We didn't specify.
Hey, look, Mark Finn says he likes us chatting on Fridays too.
Oh, see, look at that. Now I can't see myself. Can you see me?
No, you got that little icon. That's what we saw before. There you go. Did you touch something?
Weird. It keeps turning it off for some odd reason. I don't know why.
Maybe Steve's just fucking with you.
Maybe.
There he is, Steve Euchre, ladies and gentlemen.
Here, let's see. Can I?
Mark Finn is asking what the school mascot is for Chapman, and I believe it's a cougar, but it should be a boom mic operator, the pink underwear boom mic operator
from Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's awesome.
How that guy doesn't have a Black Series Star Wars action figure, I don't know.
Well, I think someone made one.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of customs, but I think if you can have George Lucas in official 501st Stormtrooper gear, you can give us the boom operator and the guy from Mandalorian that was standing in the corner that they had to erase out. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Do you remember that? Like in the old days, that would be something everybody talks about around the campfire still. And now it's just, oh yeah, that weird thing that happened everybody talked about for a week. That's all that goes on the internet now.
If I watch that episode right now, will it be erased out?
Uh-oh. Lots of cross time.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What'd you say, Mark?
If I watch that episode now, would that guy be gone?
On The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that within days. Because all they had to do was just like his shoulder and his leg. It's just some dude wearing jeans that's still in the shot. Nobody saw at the time, right? And so the internet freaks out. Hey, look, there's a guy in the Star Wars, and Disney just went, oh look, it's a doorway again. It was they. It's an embarrassment if you press DVDs or something, but since everything's digital and streaming, they can put Bozo the Clown in it, and he's fighting Yoda. Nobody's, no one will ever know.
In the garage back there.
Anyway, Sagasag says he's got the boom operator guy as a miniature. That's cool. And
I looked it up. His name is Ken Nightingale, the mysterious pink shorts boom guy.
Okay.
And then they say everyone, like at Celebration, there's always like one random guy that cosplays as him.
I love that. I saw the latest thing on him was I don't remember which show it was, but it was probably MegaCon down in Florida, where you can get away with this because that's a rough costume to wear outside if it's not hot.
Oh yeah.
But they were just the Woodrow. What's his name? Woodrow
Hood.
Woodrow Hood. They'd have the running of the Wilrose or whatever his name is.
Yes, correct.
And everybody. So that started to get like sort of, oh yeah, everybody's got one of those costumes because it's just an X-wing flight suit and an ice cream thing, So you get a black wig and want to grow Mark's mustache or your mustache, you're all good, right? So then there was one guy always at a show that would do that, and then they all started like sending emails to each other. So we're like, oh, okay, we're gonna get together and do a running of the Ken Nightingales, I guess.
The pink shorts guy.
So, yeah, cool. So I saw a great pic. There was like 8 or 10 guys standing on the steps out in front of a hotel somewhere with their boom bikes and their pink sweatsuits
cool. I like that.
Suits.
Okay.
Anyway, how about you guys? What's going on? What's happening? What are you interested in?
How's the new boss, Steve?
Oh, he's great. He's awesome. Yeah, he was one of the bosses before. So long story, the main boss left. Her husband also worked for us, so it was like main boss was my boss. The three people they started the company. 2 of them are leaving, the married couple, and then the one guy is staying. And now he's essentially in charge, and I work under him now. But I've always worked under him, but now I never reported into him, if that makes any sense. But all good. We're trying to change up a meeting that we have on Wednesdays. So.
If what I remember about having a job is correct, yes, that does make sense.
Yeah.
You can be under somebody but not report to them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a different department, man.
So, he's super cool. So like I'm excited to help him. Like if he wants to step into that big role, whatever I have to do to help him get there, I'm gonna, he's a solid. So
that's great.
Yeah. So all good. Just all good.
Okay.
Cool. Now we got that all cleared up.
How about you, Mark? No, it's good. Everybody's state of mental health is good to establish a baseline at first, right? Because you don't want me like crying like they canceled something 10 years ago.
Did they cancel something?
Oh, what has Larry been drinking again?
Yeah. We know that's not the case, but did they cancel something?
No. I was just thinking about the different things that puts me in a mood. Anyway.
It's funny. I've been watching The Pit, and when they started the show, it was like, okay, it's every episode is an hour in the show, right? And they established that they do 12-hour shifts. So naturally, 12 episodes, great. So then last episode is playing, and there's like 5 minutes left, and nothing is resolved, and it's like in the height of everything. And then they mention that, it looks like we're going to have to go into overtime. Don't worry about it. And I look up on the internet, and it's 15 episodes, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Is that the...
Don't worry, I approved the overtime.
That's the Noah Weil show?
Yeah. The not ER.
Not
right.
ER?
It's not Dr. John Carter, the next generation.
Yeah.
Is he the librarian?
Yes.
He is the librarian, Steve.
Okay. I never watched that. So
Mark Finn says he's broken by The Pit, and that he tried it out of morbid curiosity. What do you think, Mark? Because I haven't seen it. I've seen the ads, of course.
Like from the gore factor, or from like the emotional heaviness of it?
I imagine it's just ER. Oh,
it is. There you go. Yeah. Back to basics.
Is it gory?
I mean, like it's close-ups of people's arms and shit getting ripped off. Both. Really? Okay. Yeah.
And who's
a lot of dicks, a lot of silicone prosthetic dicks.
Really? This is what is it? Paramount? It's not regular TV, right?
It's HBO. It's Max.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
It's not TV, Steve. It's HBO.
What is regular TV now? It's starting to make me twitch a little. Because
I mean like something that you will. Big Bang Theory is regular TV.
Right, sure. I knew what you meant, network, but it's like to guys like us, it seems weird that you have to make that distinction. It's like, in the old days you go, hey, Mighty Mouse and Superman have a fight. Superman will win because he's a real guy. Like that was the level of conversation you used to have about stuff, but they made fun of it in Stand By Me, right? But now it's like, are you watching TV? It's like, well, what do you mean by that? Yeah, there's no like yes or no question to that anymore.
That's a good call out. But yeah. I mean, it's just my thought is, Mark answered it the right way. It's like, it's a streaming service. It's on a streaming service, but really even HBO. Like back in the day, HBO always had the more extreme content TV shows anyway, or like serialized shows anyway. Yeah. So like Oz or any of those.
I was kind of being arch when I said that because I watch TV with Mimi and Walker, who's a teenager. So we cover a lot of stuff. And so watching TV is sitting down in my living room now. And it's not so much network or cable streamers or, fucking Tubi, whatever and Peacock, whatever you call that, right? Like NBC has its own streamer that's not NBC. So like there's this weird amalgamous shit, and it's just like, well, if it comes through my TV, I'm going to consider that on TV as opposed to like minstrel shows and like street performers and theatrical films that you have to go buy popcorn. But the weird thing about that is like I will watch something like pretty brainless, like Mark says, must see TV. So like I checked out a couple episodes of How I Met Your Father, and it was like the same exact show. So I didn't care. You know, it's the same concept just now. And whatever, who cares, right? I watched a couple and I went, but I probably would have loved that show if it was like Thursday at 9 at NBC, like every day, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we started watching American Primeval, and then all of a sudden, like little kids are getting kicked in the leg by horses, and you have to watch their legs snap in half, and then watch everybody dig around because they like dropped a pocket watch in there that's going to save the train schedule, and you're like, this is the fucking grossest shit ever. And it's like, oh right, because it's not television.
Are
Regular
you done
TV.
with that show? Are you done with that show then?
Yeah, I watched it. We loved it. It was more memey. Like, I don't care. Kick a kid in the head. I think that's awesome, you know, because it's not a kid. It's a 18-year-old. You know, he gained 6 inches for this stunt. You know, to go fly.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so I can see that, but Mimi just goes ay 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 and like freaks out and hides her ears. You know, it's like, well, you missed a great Emmy award winning makeup, because that, you know, I worked at a emergency room when I was a kid. I've seen broken bones with the exposed bone coming through the skin. It looked just like that.
Yeah.
Nice job, makeup. They didn't really do that to the kid. But you know, if you're like a regular viewer like Mimi, you sometimes lose track of where you are, and all of a sudden, you know, like 1923 is good for that. We'll be, cooking around on the soap opera of what's going on with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, and they make a good old people couple. And I'm just glad Harrison Ford is all old now, but didn't lose his mind like Bruce Willis. And so instead of doing junky, Croatian, cop things for money for his family, Harrison Ford's like, yeah, I'll get on TV. What's the big deal? I'll do some fucking, car ads. Who gives a shit? Anyway.
2 TV shows, right?
2 TV shows.
Yeah, man. That
he's on Yellowstone and Shrinking.
Shrinking
right?
as well, yeah. That boy's gonna get an Emmy. That's all I can say.
You think that's what he's shooting for?
I think he's just wanting to bank some money and like get to sleep like a regular person and not have to run around chasing tanks and shit because he's 72 or whatever,
Does he have an Oscar?
In the 80s?
He doesn't have an Oscar, does he?
No. Harrison Ford, no, I don't believe so.
Huh.
I don't think he's won any. With the exception of like a sci-fi award, I don't think he's.
Yeah, if there's one guy that doesn't need a bunch of not Harrison Ford people to tell you, hey, good job, here's a trophy. Like, yeah, we all know who's doing the good job, and it's Harrison fucking Ford.
I mean, he's won an AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, which legit.
Yeah.
He's won a Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award, which is also legit. So like, and then he won an honorary Caesar, which is like the big European thing. So like, okay, he hasn't won the
politics.
He hasn't won the Academy Award, but he'll be one of those guys that will totally get like the Lifetime Achievement Award. Probably eventually,
or he'll do some movie and it'll just be like this was due Academy Award.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everyone will be like, I should have went to this person who actually deserved it. But
I agree with Mark.
You think they'll do like the Donald Sutherland to him?
All he has to do is just like some kind of Oscar bait movie, right? And then they'll get all the other actors will be like, please withdraw my name. He deserves this win. Well, maybe not for this project, but for all the other ones.
I mean, that's kind of like, it's kind of what they did with Connery in The Untouchables, if you really think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, is he great in The Untouchables? Yeah, he's awesome in The Untouchables. I mean, that's, of all the movies he did, that's what you're giving him an Academy Award for? But, okay, but I think it could happen like that. I felt like there was a while there where there were like a handful of people that they gave like Academy Awards to. Like, I didn't like Michael Caine one for like Cider House Rules, and like a lot of the old Now they're really old, but a lot of them got their their second awards. Yeah, they did miss the boat with Zardos. I agree.
Anyway, today I saw, I always watch press on YouTube because at lunch, because I can just stop when I'm done with lunch instead of like be halfway through a Below Decks and go, oh my God, Ashton is going to die. The rope went around his foot, I got to watch another one. But I heard Harrison Ford tell the best joke ever, and it is amplified because it's Harrison Ford. So like I could tell it and you go, oh yeah, that's funny. But when you watch Harrison Ford do it, you're like, okay.
Will you share it with us?
What is it?
The world's best broccoli joke. This guy's working at the grocery store and he's stacking the apples or whatever. And this woman comes up to him and says, do you have any broccoli? I'm looking for the broccoli. I can't find it. And he goes, oh, it's over there. Oh, looks like we're fresh out of broccoli, ma'am. I'm sorry. And he goes back to, stacking oranges or grapefruit or whatever. A couple minutes later, the woman comes back and says, I can't find the broccoli. You pointed over there. I went and looked. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. We're fresh out. We'll have some tomorrow morning. You can come back then. And she leaves. And he goes back to what he's doing. A couple minutes later, she comes back. I can't find the broccoli. And he's like, oh my God. It's like, ma'am, would you just do me a favor? Okay, just indulge me. Could you spell cat like in catastrophe? And she goes, C-A-T. He goes, good. You spell dogma like in dogmatic. And she goes, D-O-G. And he goes, great. Now spell like fuck like in broccoli. And she goes, there's no fucking broccoli. And he goes, that's what I've been saying.
But you can,
The end of it is all Harrison Ford. And you're like, whoa. Well, Grandpa was telling me a joke until he turned into Indiana Jones being mad at the end there. So if you can somehow convey that, perhaps one of our video guys can just put up some AI of Harrison Ford doing that.
What was this press for?
It was like he was talking to Fallon, I think. It was either Fallon or Kimmel. It's just like, you get a reel or something, what do they call those things every once in a while. Walker's favorite vegetable is broccoli. And he's been like that his entire life. Like it's fun to talk to parents because you're like, okay, our son has a favorite vegetable. Like, your kid's favorite vegetables are chocolate and peanut butter. Mine's broccoli. And then that's all he wants to eat. It's been like that forever. So a broccoli joke from Harrison Ford, I'm like, okay, I gotta learn that for my kid.
I just
talk about a broccoli joke.
Yeah.
How about Amazon buying Bond, huh?
Oh my God. Did you hear that Amy Pascal and that other nutsack are like, that's who they want to give it to? Like, oh, the guys that chased Adam Sandler away, and so now Netflix gets Happy Gilmore too, and Sony starts crying because you guys are fucking snobs about Adam Sandler. Don't do anything with James Bond, those people. They don't understand what the audience wants. You remember that when they did the Sony hack?
Oh, yeah.
So one of the big things was like, fuck Adam Sandler and his fucking crowd-pleasing hilariousness.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, Netflix, you want me to sign like a 20-year, a 20-movie billion-dollar contract?
Yeah.
You got it.
Me, Jennifer Aniston.
Right.
Everybody. Yeah, I'll bring
that was the best because he didn't say anything in public. Like, fuck those guys. He was just like, and I'll take the money over here.
I just spent the past few minutes looking through everyone who's won a supporting actor award for a supporting Academy Award. I'm not going to lie. I actually think the supporting actor people is more impressive than the best actor people. It is absolutely insane. Like it's like, I don't even know where to start to just like run off, but it's just like, it's crazy.
I was, even as a kid, I always had the impression that the best picture, best director, and best actor and actress was always sort of money and studio fueled, and that the supporting ones were like the real work was being done, and people
like they're the true thespians. Like that's the ones that are being awarded for like. But I'm looking. There are like a lot of legacy guys. Like it goes like Walter Matthau, George Kennedy, Jack Albertson, like Joel Grey, John Houseman, De Niro, George Burns, Jason Robards, Christopher Walken, John, how do you pronounce it? Gilgood, from Arthur.
Oh yeah,
Um,
good.
yeah. Lou Gossett Jr., Jack Nicholson, Don Amici, Michael Caine, Sean Connery, Kevin Kline, Denzel Washington, Joe Pesci, Jack Palance, Gene Hackman, Tommy Lee Jones. It's crazy. Then it's like Martin Landau, like I said, one for Ed Wood, which everyone considered like, okay, he's probably not going to act in something else. Let's honor Landau. Then like space, it's just Robin Williams, Benicio del Toro. It's Morgan Freeman, it's crazy. Anyway, I forget because then like there's a streak when I would work in the video store and I'm just like, yeah, they won for that. Wow, they won for that. It's anyway, crazy. Sorry. Went on a
We had a pretty good conversation about this today on my Facebook with my friend Heather Miles. She was like, she knows something about Denzel. Oh, for being in Black Panther for Steve's rumors, and which I love because I always get the shit on Heidi McDonald every time Black Panther comes up. But she was like, how come he's not doing any leading roles? He's been playing evil guys lately, and bro's 70. When didn't he do the Hurricane movie about the boxer?
Yeah.
I remember the press for that. He said they asked him like, "Aren't you getting a little long in the tooth for this?" And he goes, "No, that's why I took it. This is the last time I can train to be a convincing boxer because I'm just getting older. I'm not going to be any better than right now." And so I always associated that with him. It's like, oh yeah, he's treating time as a ticking clock and wanting to do everything he can in his career, which I thought was great. But now it's like, yeah, like that's what everybody eases into. Like, tell me the 70-year-old who's getting a good guy role if he hadn't been leading the franchise since he was 35.
Well, I mean,
it just doesn't happen.
And then you evolve into like you do a role like the Equalizer, which is what Denzel does, which is like, okay, I'm going to be the star, but the premise of being an action star is different. It's a more,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's also like they all must. I'm pretty sure all those action stars hit it at one point because, like, think about like when Clint decides to do Unforgiven, he's probably like, this is the last time I'll probably be able to do a cowboy film.
Yeah, put on the gun belt.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's like, I could probably do one more where I would be really old, but it's like it's not ever gonna make sense. So let me do this now. And that's 92. Yeah. That's like how many years ago now? Like, I mean,
anyway. You can't. First of all, the cowboys are like Klingons, right? There's no old cowboys if you're doing it right.
Right.
And then if you do get to be an old cowboy, then you're Wyatt Earp in 1920, and it's not a cowboy story anymore.
Yeah, or you're the 4 minutes of Charlton Heston in Tombstone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like on it. You're in it for a second, and everyone's like, "Wait, is that Charlton Heston? Why is it Charlton Heston's in Tombstone?"
Man, anyway. I love his voiceover just in Armageddon. It's like they got Moses to do the voice of God about the meteor coming, you know?
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, not me. I love Charlton Heston.
Some say it'll come again.
Yeah.
So stupid.
And I love he played Nick Fury in True Lies, too. That's the other one I like. He's just full on. They like just gave him Steranko pages and went, "Do this, pal."
Put the
I got my Stogie and eye pads right here.
He's like,
I haven't been shaving since Thursday. This beaker of hooch will keep me warm. Anyway, that's the best thing in all of Entertainment Weekly. That was Mark Bernardin. He wrote a caption. They did something about what's that? The Omega Man.
Okay.
And he's standing there being all like, 1970s post-apocalypse where he's all like roughed up, but he's got a nice little ascot. And he's got like a beaker full of booze. And he's just kind of being Charlton Heston. Bernardin wrote as a caption, "This beaker of hooch will keep me warm." And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And now I feel like it's something Charlton Heston actually said in some movie because I hear it in his voice all the time.
I feel like I need that on like a shirt or something like that.
Here's what you need.
Oh, there
Robert
you
E.
go.
Howard expert Mark Finn says, "Spot on, Steve."
Oh, well, I was just reading off a list that I collected online. But
Oh, but
anyway,
you presented
you
good
thought to look it up.
information in an entertaining way. You put that on the back of volume 2. That's we'll just
yeah,
call
spot
that
on,
out.
Steve. There you go.
Spot on, Steve. Mark Finn.
Speaking, about an hour ago, I finished another article for you too. So
Oh, Jesus. I missed the last one you did. I was scrolling back because there was like a week there that I kind of didn't pay attention to anything. And you did 3 articles.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Jesus, man.
Well, you said I have like
I blinked my eyes and there's like 3 like solid articles.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
you.
That's always entertaining, man.
They're in my what's funny? What I'm realizing is if I put it on in the background and I just hear
it makes you think,
it just gets my brain thinking about like things about it, and then I'm like, all right, I could probably start this. And that's what I did. Like yesterday, I was like, all right, which one do I do next? Do I do Beowulf or do I do Disorderlies? And you said do Tombstone.
I was just kind of kidding around.
I know. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I have both of them on VHS. What should I put in? So I put in Beowulf, and then immediately as I started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, this is done. I can write this now.
Oh, excellent. Is that the one you finished?
I did.
Oh, because Walker will love that. At Christmas, he was like, I heard about Beowulf in school. I want to get a copy of it. So I got him the edition that I read. It's all like, it's for students, right? It like explains everything.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, so I get it. I'm like, that's an easy one. Throw that in the stock and call that one done. And then the next day he goes, oh, I did some research and I want this one that has J.R.R. Tolkien's stuff. And I'm like, all right. So I got that one for him. And I'm like, I'll give him the Beowulf one later or sell it or send it to somebody with a shirt or something.
Right.
No big deal. It was like $9, right? So right before Christmas, he's talking about it again. He goes, oh, Daddy, I changed my mind. Here's one that I like. It's the one I bought him at first, right? So I'm like, no problem, man. I wrapped that up. And I take the other one out because I'd wrapped it. I take the other one and I wrapped this one. Okay. And he read all that and he loved it so much that I told him, oh, funny story. Hey, I did get the Tolkien one, and he fucking read that one too.
Oh, funny.
Not the version of the poem, but like all the stuff that Tolkien added and the talking about it.
I remember when I had young eyes and could read books.
You just appeared again. You're ghosting.
Oh my God. What's going on?
He kicked you off again. Man.
Just got to tap your computer again. But no, I mean, this one, I don't know. You read it and you tell me what you think. But I love this one. And I was trying to, the best part is the intro is I was trying to figure out when we would have first seen it. And I'm 99% sure, and that's what I wrote. I'm pretty sure me, Mark, and I think it was me, you, and Glenn, Mark.
Yes.
Who would have seen it
Beowulf.
in like the Beowulf
or Scott.
Or Scott. Oh, now we're behind your computer.
Oh, beautiful. Hello.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, I like this view.
Mark's like, Eaters of the Dead, that's the 13th Warrior, right?
That is.
Yes.
That is.
So he hasn't read that book, but because of Steve writing about 13th Warrior in the first.
Yeah, where is it?
I probably should have a copy. This?
Yeah.
Walker, you talked a lot. Walker actually watched every movie in here.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
If you ever say anything to him, he's like, "Oh no, man, I don't know if you saw, but I was a little kid and I used to go to movies with you."
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Up.
That's cool. I forget what's in that one. I actually wrote down every one that's in there because I always forget which ones are in there. But yes, 13th Warrior is in there for sure.
Yeah, we did. Mark's telling us Michael Crichton, of course. So we went through this big thing about. Around the time you guys berated me finally into watching Tombstone, which I will never forget. You're obviously good friends. Like, Larry, watch this fucking movie, man. In fact, I'll tell you, speaking of talking about Steve, like, Walker's really into the, have you not seen this? And so when I say I haven't seen something, he takes it as a personal insult because he's like, you try to get Randall to watch stuff. Steve is always trying to, and Mark are always trying to get you to watch stuff. I can't believe personally that you have patches from the thing, the whole story.
Oh, you've never seen it.
Kurt Russell, and you've never seen it. You and me will sit down and watch this together and hold hands in case it's too scary for you, Dad. and then I'll either write a story or we'll just write a thing saying, thank you to Steve and everybody who told us to watch this book.
Oh, well, the thing right now is super relevant, right? Because
that's how it came up. Yeah,
because all the craziness going on in Antarctica right now, or like
all the shit that they're unearthing. Oh, and like those scientists, one of them went crazy, right?
One of them went crazy and
come save us.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. But
that's so cool because I had to explain like how that works to Walker. He thought there's just this big dome where all the scientists have a big party, and I'm like, no, because it's international. No one's claimed Antarctica. Every base is its own country.
Correct.
So the guy who lost his shit is the South African guy, and there's only 12 people there, I guess. And he punched his supervisor and sexually assaulted another scientist. There's 10 other guys. Like, how did they not knock the shit out of that guy and tape him up? And I mean, throw him outside. It's like,
I would say if you've seen The Thing, it's not as easy as you think. But they can put you in that clubhouse outside. But
But I'm fine now. I'm okay. Let me in.
Right. Wilford Brimley figures it out, man. I don't,
So
anyway.
I've probably seen most of The Thing, not like this Wizard of Oz thing, but I've definitely seen the end because, they're always and I've listened to some of the directors' stuff.
Oh yeah, Carpenter talk about it,
and just love Carpenter and Russell. I don't want to sit through that movie. And it's not even because I don't like horror. It's because I hated the black and white one with the Thing being like a vegetable, a giant intelligent carrot played by the sheriff from Gunsmoke. I was like 6 or 7 when that was on. I was like, fuck this. My world does not have this in it. So I've always assumed that, I'll be able to take it in my 60s.
Is the one from no, it couldn't be on VHS. Okay, never mind. I was just thinking. I was like,
oh,
is the prequel? I guess it's called. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, doesn't that one start at? I mean, it ends with the beginning of the next one or something.
Correct.
Yes.
Something like
100%.
Yeah. See, I mean, I follow this stuff. I feel like I don't need to see it.
Interesting.
Unless Angelina Jolie is in it or something.
She is.
Well, or I have a reason to, and so Walker sitting me down and doing, the Steve Ukrin commemorative. Wait, have you not seen this? Yes, we have. Of The Thing between the two of us, then that's a joke, and I can deal with that for 2 hours.
I feel like I feel like Walker will dig it. I think you will. Because you haven't seen it for so long or have not seen it over time, you will classify it as a bit overrated. I think is how serious though.
Well, it's not like you guys don't know me really well,
right?
I mean, so I'm not laughing at that. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sure that's true.
Because it's like I'm thinking about seeing it at 11 and what I would have seen at 11 or 12 whenever I first saw it, to then compare it to seeing what you've seen today, and now watching movies, you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. All right.
Yeah, but I really remember reading all the articles in Starlog about it and seeing all the really cool practical effects, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it and consider it in its context, right? Because, worth a watch. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it. And honestly, it's because it's Kurt and it's you guys telling me, fucking watch Tombstone and shut up. And I did, and I was like, oh, they're right. So I just kind of feel like this is the same thing's gonna happen.
And I feel like 13th Warrior, you dug 13th
Warrior.
Same
thing.
Well.
13th Warrior, yeah. So you guys never go wrong. Because you just don't want to listen to me later. Like, why did you make
I feel like
bullshit?
This is my first time as your therapist. This is my first time as your therapist where I'm kind of like, let's dig into this. Because usually it's just like, you had a dream that you were naked in front of your class the day before flying out to Comic-Con. Yeah, no, Larry, it's pretty easy stuff we're talking about.
Anxiety dream.
But
the thing block, I don't know. There's something to it. I'm trying to wrap my head around.
I don't dig on horror movies.
Doesn't do horror.
Yeah.
No, there's something to that.
Well, but
something
think
more to
about
it.
it. Hold on, ready? Let's take one step further, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't do horror. He adores Kurt Russell. Adores Kurt
Yeah.
Russell. Like Kurt Russell is a
Sci-fi,
spirit animal.
aliens.
Hold on, ready?
Yeah.
Loves Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Loves Escape from New York, I believe.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite. I have an eye patch, man.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Had not seen Tombstone, has not seen The Thing. Think about it. Think about, but that would be like.
Does Russell have a beard in both of those? Could that be it?
What's that?
Does Russell have a beard in both those movies?
The Thing, 100%.
I think with
Tombstone,
Kurt,
he's got
man.
Tombstone. He's got the sickest mustache of all time. Not
He's
bone
He's got
tomahawk
Larry's
mustache.
beard in The Thing. He's got Larry's mustache in Tombstone.
Oh, I trimmed it way down. Maybe he's like,
Yeah.
oh, where'd Santa go?
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? Larry, I would not. It's not for right now. I would be interested to know of the John Carpenter films what you have seen and what Walker has seen.
We've definitely done Escape and Big Trouble together.
Okay.
I'm not sure he's seen any other John Carpenter movies.
Okay, interesting.
And I don't care about Assault on Precinct 13, but I've seen it.
It's okay.
I mean, I don't even think tried watching Ghosts of Mars, and there was some weird shit on a train with red lights, and I was like, fucking who cares? And turned that off. So it's not. I love Kurt, but like I haven't seen Captain Ron. I haven't seen,
You've seen Overboard.
No, I haven't seen Overboard.
Oh,
I was gonna go the one with what's her name?
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn. I haven't seen that one.
Right, his wife, is that really married to? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Well,
they never got married though. I told you
Famously
that.
never married.
They're not married.
I'm like, I'm Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, man. You don't have to marry me. I don't care about it. I'm not going anywhere until you throw me out. And she's like, oh, all right. And then,
but all right, no, Escape from New York. So Escape from New York for sure.
Yeah,
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Okay, They Live. You've never seen They Live?
Oh yeah, They Live, of course. Yeah, They Live's great. Love
now has
the only way They Live gets better is if Kurt plays Rowdy Ryder Piper's.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I think the role would have been weird for Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously they cast that perfectly.
Do you know that when Piper died, that the family auctioned off his leather jacket, and his leather jacket that he wore in They Live sold for like $400?
What?
Yeah. Swear to God.
The guy at the Carpenter Museum told us that, right?
Yeah.
The young guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
insane.
are you kidding me? Like the family, like I forget what the
how is that even possible?
It's how that should. Listen,
No,
did you see in the news?
That happened, right? Like, so did they just not publicize it well enough?
Yeah, because I think his last name, it's like, I forget what his real name is, but it's like his real name is like Tomes, whatever. I forget what his last name is, but that's how it was sold.
Oh, so people just didn't know.
It didn't, it's like it's like searching for like Prince's real name, and like then all of a sudden like you find shit in Prince's original name, like real. I forget.
Sure,
what
yeah,
but you get what I'm saying. Or like
I see how that happens even for that Outlander movie with I forget who it was, Jim Caviezel, I guess.
Yeah, Jesus,
and they made that cool sword out of his ship in the Viking times, but aliens. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing, and no one cared about that movie. And I found out about the prop thing after they had sold all this stuff, and that fucking sword, hero sword, $800. And so it's the same fucking thing. It's like I would have paid fucking 5 times that. And
Roderick Toombs is, and that's how it was sold. So it was like Roderick Toombs leather jacket and like other paraphernalia from like when he was in wrestling and all that stuff. And it was like no one fucking. I remember the guy telling us.
For leather jacket, that's like retail. Right? You know what I mean? That's not fucking Screen Use They Live.
No, it was.
That's what I mean. I mean,
yeah.
You could go in a store, buy $400 leather jacket, and go, yeah, this is nice.
Right.
Oh, you can have the one from They Live and walk around in it. $400? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Steve, are you looking at that article on yourprops.com?
No, what is that? Is it?
Oh, because that's where they're talking about the
is it
sale.
calling
Your
me?
props is a thing where people show off the stuff they have.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Do people sell stuff or no?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's the people who. It's weird. It's like any small fan base. It's like you're kind of not supposed to, but people find out you have it, and so then people start getting bugged. Like, hey man, you ever want to sell that?
Yeah,
fucking Mission to Mars spacesuit.
I still have what's his name's the guy from Comic-Con. I reached out to him about like a bunch of the Sutter Kane books.
Oh, the
about the John Carpenter
yeah. I totally remember. They were like, "We have a set. How many do you want?"
Yeah, and he quoted me, and I was like, and I was like, it's like I don't know if I can do this right now. And he's like, yeah, because all good, man. He is like
they're blank books, right? It's just the covers on the outside, or
they have printing in them, but he was like, I have a screen. They're like. He's like, I can tell you exactly when it was screen used, like when they're in the bookstore. Here are the books. He's like, because we took them off the shelf, put them in a box, and put them in the warehouse. So he's like, they've never seen the light of day. But I that those guys, the guy that works, he's like super cool. They have like They Live glasses. They have all the cool stuff. They have some really, really cool shit. So. But anyway,
I sent you the what the fuck replicapropstore.com.
Oh yes, they do copies of the Sutter Kane book.
Right. So like you can just put them on your shelf and go, this is exactly what I heard about from the guy who has the real ones.
Yeah.
Because they said, Harrison Ford's Greedo stopper is going for sale, and I'm like, yeah, I got it right here. I don't need the one that Harrison Ford touched in 1977. I got stuff with white mold on it that I put there myself.
Speaking of things like that, have you seen the prop store? Like the prop store of London, their big auctions coming up.
Yeah, no. Which one?
The big sci-fi.
Oh, it's got it's the one with the metal from Star Wars.
Metal from Star Wars, which is crazy because like they said, I guess there were only 2 made. Which means
one for Luke and
one for Luke and one for Solo. And
what about the Chewbacca one?
Chewbacca never gets a medal.
No.
When you get done, I have a story about that.
Okay. And one has been in a private collection forever, and this is the other one.
Oh, cool.
Who had this?
I don't know.
Okay, go with your story.
The gun was Gary Kurtz's, I think.
Is that
one of the producers?
Okay.
So whoever has those medals is somebody up there or somebody that saved George Lucas's life.
Okay.
Because that's the only way those 2 things get out of there.
Oh, 1,000%.
So listen to this. The Chewbacca never gets a medal. Our pal Rick Austin, when he was working at MTV, is just like us. He's sick of people going, Chewbacca doesn't get a medal. He actually lived in Poughkeepsie, New York. I didn't see this happen, but I was at his apartment, so I could picture this happening. He says, "Okay, we're gonna do a MTV thing, and I guess it was for the movie awards, and we're gonna give fucking Chewbacca a medal." And this was early days.
Oh, MTV Movie Awards. I remember when they. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was his idea, and they shipped him the Chewbacca suit, and they just left it on his doorstep in fucking shithole Poughkeepsie, New York. Like, speaking of not, a $400 screen used jacket, there's this Foot Locker that shows up, and who cares? The UPS, there you go. There's your package, not knowing there's Lucasfilm's, screen used Chewbacca suit.
Jesus.
Get somebody to sit in that. He goes, it smelled rank. but Chewbacca got his suit. I mean, he got his medal.
He got his medal. That's crazy.
So anyway, we gotta get him on and talk about that, because like that crazy crap.
That's cool. Like the crazy, like there's some crazy props that are out there and just like floating around in like private collections right now that are just nutso.
Yeah, I know. I happen to know a guy who has Captain Tanner's Armageddon suit. That's crazy. He's never selling that.
Don't
Do
you,
you?
not to, don't you know, here's how I'll say it like this. Ark of the Covenant
Yeah.
from Raiders.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Familiar
know,
with it.
there's someone that owns that, right? That
Yes.
has that.
Yes.
The one that was in the movie.
Well,
or
there's a couple.
there's like 2 or 3, right?
My buddy CT Young has one. The Celestial Toy Maker.
No relation.
Yeah. He actually has built his entire warehouse around that thing.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, but see, like,
anyway.
Well, no. What it brought me back to was, I don't know if you saw, but there's a guy in Canada today that found a 1960s Beatles demo reel. Have you heard about this?
No, that's a good one.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I don't want to butcher.
I love how we kind of got into ancillary stuff of movies.
Yeah, long lost demo tape from 1962, found in Vancouver. Hey, there you go. I'll take it. Found in a Vancouver record shop.
That's crazy. So somebody sold it, and they were like, "Here, maybe you want."
He doesn't recall purchasing it. He assumed it was a Beatles bootleg, and he bought it in a huge set of stuff. And as they were going through it, they realized it was it's actually written Beatles 1960 demo tape.
Wow.
Like, could you have, like, that's, I don't know, that's like stumbling upon like the second copy of like the Constitution. You know what I mean? Like,
sure. But
like, oh, here's the other one that they signed, but you know.
Think about all the crap that you would care about, 50 years later that people just chucked.
For sure. Oh.
That's why that stuff is it's so amazing when you find it, right?
Well, that's just
it's like, oh, that was stuff, just right? Gonna get thrown out somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did want to. We kind of blew by Mark saying this. Overall, Carpenter's hit and miss, but when he hits, he cranks it over the left field wall.
I agree.
That's just a perfect way to say that. So, nice job, Mark.
Yes, and I also think with Carpenter, they are different. Oh, one sec. I'll be right back.
Suspense. I need closure on that anecdote.
I just love it's like blank screen now.
Do you pick your feet in Poughkeepsie? What is that from? I know I get that reference.
It was just some TV show we were just watching. That's Tim from Tim Connolly, the ukulele hero. I actually wrote him a little funny thing that somebody going up to him. Oh, who are you? I'm the ukulele hero. What do you do? Ukulele heroism. And then, of course, because I hate editors who make things better, Walker goes, "Nah, he does ukulele heroics." I'm like, well, what's the difference? He goes, "That sounds better." And I was like, "You're right. It does sound better." So,
ukulele. All I was going to say. All I was going to say about
I just saw it.
Carpenter was, I feel like he introduces himself into every type of genre, and he has one surefire hit and one not so surefire hit in that genre.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah. Anyway, someone's talking about French Connection. What did I miss?
That's the. Do you pick your feet in Poughkeepsie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like a running joke in French Connection. They don't explain it. It drives audiences mental. I can tell you, because Walker's like, "What's that about?" I'm like, sometimes people just said shit to each other, man. It's an in joke between the two characters. He's like, well, what is it? I'm like, there was something that went wrong, and that was the thing they said, or that was their safety thing to get the cops in, or that was the thing that made him kill the girl, or it could be anything.
There's so much B-roll and that
from the 70s.
Right. There probably wasn't a script. There probably was like, hey, here's what you got to talk about right now. Roll with it. You know? And speaking of French Connection, I just watched French Connection 2.
Okay.
Not that bad. Not as bad as better than I recall. Because I watched French Connection when you were doing it with Randall.
Yeah.
Again, because I was like, oh, I got to watch that again because it's been a while. And then it immediately rolled right into French Connection 2, and I was like, oh, this is. I mean, I know it's all. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
That movie, French Connection, does a good job of making you feel cold the entire time. Felt feel like I watched that movie and I had to see them outside drinking coffee,
and
freezing.
just like
Oh,
watching
right,
people
right.
in the restaurants and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys probably really felt it in your bones, right? Because it's New York and
Oh,
New
yeah.
Jersey.
Flashback.
It's the same thing when you're watching from California, right?
And it's funny because they're like, it's so funny about old movies, right? Like being cold and outside was just like, it was always a temporary thing. So like you wouldn't like over bundle yourself. Like now it's like,
You go house to car to house.
Right. So like
Yeah.
they would wear like a jacket, but like not anything like now you'd wear like, like the South Pole parka that'd be like 900 layers and gloves. And it was just like they just put on like there's the one scene in the beginning where where they're beating up the one guy in the alley, and you're like, it's cold out. And they're like t-shirts and practically like just anyway, I don't know.
I think it's more like we're used to the microclimates in the Bay Area that you kind of have to dress in layers, because at my house it's going to be 55 with a like chill in the air, and you just hop over to the Mission to get burritos or something and it's fucking 80.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just kind of used to having 3 shirts on all the time in San Francisco, and I forget that other people don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So like Mark said, it's you go from your house to your car to your office, and
well, that was always
bundle up.
That was always the argument I'd have with when I'd go back and visit, and if I would visit during like the holidays or something like that, they'd be like, do you have a warm jacket? And I'd be like, what am I, 8 playing in the snow outside? I'm like, I'm gonna be in the house, and then I'm gonna go from like the house into the car. Like I'm not like rolling around making snow angels. Like you have heat, right? Like anyway.
Hopefully.
Speaking of which, what's the next movie on your Monday viewing?
Randall's getting a job, so his Mondays and Tuesdays might not be good. So we said Duel for Steven Spielberg.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
He's having some trouble finding it. But that reminds me.
Oh, I have it digitally. I'll send it to you.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah, I do.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Thanks, man.
Was it Duel or was it Rolling?
No, Duel. Yeah, the TV version where Dennis Weaver is getting attacked by the faceless 18-wheeler.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But that makes me think, like, I was kidding about Tombstone, but just as a fan of what is it called again? Wait, have you not seen this? I would love for you to tackle Rollerball, because I'm so in love with Rollerball right now, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Can I do both of them?
Yeah, man, go nuts.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do Rollerball, and I'll do both versions.
Both versions of Rollerball?
Yeah. Wait, have you not seen Rollerball?
Yeah, I saw the other one, and I was talking with EJ about that.
Chris Klein or something? Chris Klein, Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
The professionals in it. LL. Come on, man, that's a great movie.
So,
Rebecca Romaine Stamos is in that?
Oh, yeah, she's like the Russian or something.
I mean, listen, it's Die Hard. It's McTiernan, so it's and Paul Heyman is the announcer of the Rollerball. Like, I could totally write one on that, but I know you kind of.
Well, just compare them.
Yeah, I'll compare. Actually, that's a different kind of article. I can do that. That'd be interesting.
Well, just like, have you not seen this? And I know you haven't seen this, and so the reason I hate the new one is because it's not the first one.
Well,
right?
Sure.
Like, so all the changes they made, I love McTiernan. I like all those actors, but when EJ was over, I was showing him that suit I made for Halloween.
Oh,
he's like, "Oh, is this screen used too?" And I'm like, "Oh no, man, this is just junk I made." But that's why I like doing it and why it looks so good, because their whole suit is a found object thing, right? Like, this is a particular kind of motorcycle helmet, and all they did was drill ear holes and put a football thing to make it seem like an American football helmet. And the spikes and the gloves and the pants and the hockey shins are all just shit they bought in the store, right? So me too. So that's why it looks good. And so then I showed him Walker's got Rollerball money from the McTiernan one.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was going through a thing that he wanted to get small, under $100 stuff, and it's usually just money and tickets and drugs and stuff. So that's what he got. He's got like drugs from 21 Jump Street, rollerball money, some certificates from something. I don't know. He would just find stuff, and so he's got a little thing. And then I said, if you jump your money up to about 200, 250, you can start getting legit stuff. And that's where his sweater from the night before.
Oh, night before. Yeah. That's cool.
Like that whole
Steve,
thing.
what did you get from X versus Sever?
I have Antonio Banderas's Zippo.
Oh,
That's cool. You have that from X versus.
Yeah,
I have something from X versus. No, I have Triple X, that Vin Diesel.
Oh, and then I have and when I bought that, they sent me I think it's still at my parents' house. Another thing at my parents' house. For a poster signed by everyone in the cast.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Like, I only wanted the Zippo. I didn't care about the. Yeah, it's sitting over there. I don't know.
You want to hear the DORK COURT link to that movie? Our pal Alan McElroy, who
X for Severs?
McElroy wrote that. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if that or The Marine with John Cena was his first theatrical movie, but it was an early one. X versus Sever.
Oh, it's got to be X versus Sever. I think that was way before John Cena.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well then, man, that's like my dream to get Alan on here to talk to us about dumb crap, because he's such a cultured man. Like the opposite of us. It would just be like talking like Chris Farley talking to Paul McCartney. Like, hey, remember that time?
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, you wrote that thing for John Cena? Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
man.
Mark, I have both rollerballs in my head. There's another movie that's not rollerball, but it's like Death Sport, or like it's not Death Sport, but it's like.
Is it Death Race with Statham?
Is it? No, I know it's not Death Race.
Is it an old
It's
one?
not Prayer of the Roller Boys.
It's not Prayer of the Roller Boys. It's not Roller Babies, and it's not Robo. What did you say? Robo Jocks?
Yeah.
It's not that one.
Is
What
it a
am I
sport
thinking?
or is it a race or
It's
what?
it is a sport one, and it's kind of and my brain wants to say LL Cool J is in it also, but he's not. It's like Common or like Ludacris or someone like that is in it. And he's like
it's a future.
he's like a
game.
street rollerblader, and then he gets like brought into the pros. Like, I can't.
That sounds like
because I mean it sounds like you're describing.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll figure it
Rollerball.
out. It's not. It can't be. No, because I know
Be.
It can't be. It just can't.
I feel like it's a different movie. My brain almost wants to say like Dean Cain is in it, but I know that's not.
Oh my
He's not.
god. That would be
Fucking
awesome.
Dean Cain.
I'll figure it
Okay,
out.
so there is a Dean Cain movie called Future Sport
Uh-oh.
Shut up! Is that what it is? That could have
with
been?
Wesley
it, Mark.
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Yes, and he's got dreads.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Oh man, that's
You saved Steve's sanity, man.
well,
It sucks because I googled future sport movie and the movie is called Future Sport.
Do they
Are you looking
rollerblade?
for this?
Do they
Yes,
rollerblade in it?
He's wearing a mock rollerball outfit.
Thank you. Okay, it's some like sport fighting thing. Oh, thank
It's
you, Mark.
brooding, electrifying, and thrilling. You can
Yeah,
watch it on Tubi, Steve.
I will. It's who directed it? Oh, okay, that's awesome. It's
Who directed it?
Ernest Dickerson.
Ernest Dickerson.
Yeah, he did Surviving the Game, which I wrote an article
Ernest
about.
Dickerson?
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking Dean Cain.
Yeah, he was a like I think he was a music video director.
Oh, he did Juice?
Yeah.
Huh.
Juice, Surviving the Game. He's Demon Knight.
He's Demon Knight.
Demon
I love
Knight.
Demon Knight.
Yeah, that's classic. I love that movie. That's another one I could probably write one for. Demon
Oh,
Knight.
Demon Knight. I
That'd be
watched that
great.
probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, that's solid. I always my brain always thinks it's Lisa Bonet in it though. Why does my brain do that?
Jada Pinkett.
Lisa Bonet is stuck in your brain?
It's not a bad thing.
Not
Not
bad.
a bad thing.
Well, bad for her.
Well, I did write down stuff, and it was like the Black Panther thing. Rest in peace, Wings Hauser. Daredevil. Are you watching Daredevil, Larry?
Love and Daredevil.
Yeah.
We're watching it. We're making Mimi watch it.
He hasn't put the suit on once yet. I love it.
Yeah, that seems to be a criticism of it, but well, I know Daredevil from the comics, so I don't care. I'm not like waiting for him to suit up. It's not like I love all the byplay.
I keep saying the She-Hulk quote every couple episodes. I'm just like, court show.
Yeah. When he's like boning the other DA or so, I turn to Mimi and I go, I don't like this. And she's like, you don't like the show? And I'm like, no, he's cheating on She-Hulk. Anyway.
Fucked up.
All right. That's an hour, guys. Are you good?
Yeah, man.
That's an hour.
I'll keep talking if you want.
Yeah, no, solid.
But yeah, this was a solid one. I always have a good time talking to you guys.
So the next one, when Randall's back in is Duel, I will get you a copy of that.
All right, thanks, man.
But why do I feel like you were going to watch another like car?
We go through a few, and so something might have stuck in your head. And
okay.
Then we kind of distill it down and go, I don't know that one. Like just based on his reception of how I'm berating him.
Well, listen, there's a lot of movies that I like to think like, unless you worked in a video store or hung out with people that worked in a video store or were around movies all the time, like there are hundreds and hundreds of movies you miss. Man. Like great example is I actually, it's like, it's part of the opening of when I wrote the Beowulf thing this morning. It was like, if you weren't reading like Variety and no one was, or if you weren't getting like Total Film or like Fangoria, like there are hundreds of science fiction movies or fantasy movies that you have no idea even came out.
Yeah.
And that was like Beowulf with the Highlander. It was like you walk past it on the shelf and you're like, wait, what? What the hell is this? How did you like? Anyway.
Did you know? So you read Total Film, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I was buying that because the DVD it came with all the trailers on it. Because I just love trailers. I'm like, wow, these are trailers in a physical object now. Do you know who the editor-in-chief of that mag was? Gary Whitta.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty nuts.
That's kind of how I know him. He came up to us and pitched us something at Ape. And if I'd known he was going to grow up to write Rogue One, I should have published whatever he pitched me. I don't remember, but I remember going, I don't know. I don't see it.
Oh,
and he's like, but I'm the editor for Total Film. And I was like, oh my God. And then we spent the rest of the time talking about Total Film.
Total Film would put out like an annual every so often, like an annual yearly one. And then they put out 2 of these like movie fact books that had facts about movies that to this day, I still don't think are like on Wikipedia and stuff like that. Like
so obscure facts.
So obscure and so like nuanced and so like specific that you would have had to have like you're sitting with Lucas and Lucas is like, when I made R2D2, I was sitting on a toilet and that's why it looks like, and it was just like shit like that. And you're just like, I have never seen that information anywhere else.
Yeah.
And now my brain is like, where are those books? I need to find those books.
Hey, speaking of Daredevil, Mark Finn gives us, we've seen a new costume, not the big reveal, but the big reveal is that Steve is wearing Daredevil glasses now. Because you have to be a lawyer now, right?
Yes. That's hysterical. Awesome, man. Well,
all right, buddies.
Thanks, guys.
This was great.
Always, the world is so fucked up now. We don't see each other that much anymore. So I really look forward to chatting about shit with you once a week.
This is gravy. So awesome.
Right,
it is gravy.
Someday I'm gonna shave.
Later, guys.
All right, see you. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
End stream.